Hello! It's time for your Married at First Sight New Zealand episode 12 update. Well, just before tonight's episode, Ben was on the project, and I caught the last few minutes from them asking about his eye rolls, etc., until Josh became a member of the pretty committee. But anyway, so that was just a little bit. I didn't really get to hear any other questions other than that. As I said, I came in right at the eye roll question, but there you go. Tonight, final therapy sessions, 1 week left of the experiment. Angel and Brett are unfazed by therapy. They celebrate their anniversary with some flowers that are extremely hard to cut. Vicky and Andrew, Vicky is looking forward to the week apart, giggling. She obviously isn't keen to stay with Andrew as she answers the producer's question of, will you stay together with each other? She says that they're on the same page. So it was kind of evasive. Ben talks of Halloween. Aaron says his birthday is just 2 days before Halloween. Will he come celebrate? He asks Ben. He brings up Aaron and his old boyfriend going out, but, as we learn later, it really isn't that big a deal, but he's making it into something. Ben then claims he was the victim at the dinner party, and I literally laughed out loud. What is he so freaked out about? Who knows? Anyway, Tony says the most important therapy session is this last one. Dr. Pani says they need to be open and transparent in these sessions. Angel and Brett, they are first up, and of course the experts bring up the dinner party, and of course Brett expresses his displeasure in that. Tony explains how they tried to de-escalate the drama, and Angel says she felt the tension. Tony praises them for their reactions, so all's good. Brett says his phone went off basically at the start of this project, and he's been full into it, so he's given it 100%. A week apart coming up for them. The journey has been surreal, and Brett thanks the experts for committing to this as well. They leave holding hands. Ben and Aaron. Tony asks, where shall we start? Aaron is put on the spot. Ben's had time away and feels better. Finally, someone asks Aaron how he feels. He said it's difficult because they behave differently. Ben says it's been the hardest week for him. The dinner party set the tone for a bad week. Ben thinks Aaron should have backed him, but Tony asks, did you need backing? No, I don't think he did, but he wanted Aaron to pipe in with something, and Aaron says he deals with things differently. He gets quiet. And that whole Hayden in the text message thing is what Ben was referring to. Aaron says he just wanted to kind of let it go. He apologized, and that if he took it wrong. Ben gives his latest reasons for not wanting to stay with Aaron. He says he broke his trust and loyalty. So because Aaron didn't join in bashing Hayden, he feels that was disloyalty, and him hanging out with his former partner was untrustworthy, even though Aaron told him where he was going, unlike what Ben has done in the past. He said coffee date turned into several hours. Tony stands up for Aaron. Aaron says he wanted to give him extra time because that's what Ben wanted. And he just went and did an ambulance shift from like 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. That's where he was. That's what he was doing. No harm, no foul, but because obviously Ben has some trust issues, and perhaps that was something from his past that is affecting it. Tony asks, can that trust be rebuilt? At this point, my husband literally laughs out loud and calls Ben a wanker, and he says he's setting him up to end the relationship, which I think we both agree on. Dr. Pani digs a little deeper, and Ben does agree it could be something from his past that affects his feelings, but just, I don't know, doesn't seem real. But as we've seen, Ben on multiple occasions has been incommunicado for hours, but now he's throwing it back at Aaron. Vicky and Andrew. Vicky says there really isn't anything to talk about. Tony asks about the cocktail party. Andrew says ask the ringleader. Vicky didn't like that. She didn't like being referred to as the ringleader. Vicky tells Andy basically what to say, and he performs on cue for her because she manipulates him to do whatever she wants. Vicky's concerned about not being, but she doesn't want to be called a bad person. She acts a little coy about it. She says she's not really nasty. She giggles a lot. She's just joking, but she's honest. I still hate her. And Andrew is just her puppet. So, anyway, he says it's fine. Dr. P asks, why is it better now? Maybe they found a comfort zone, which also is we call the friend zone. So we know that's where that is. She asks about commitment levels now compared to where they started. Andrew seems to think they don't know where it's heading, but he still thinks there's a possibility. Vicky seems pretty evasive, and Andrew still thinks there's a chance. Tony asks what's good about Andrew. She mumbles that he's kind and thoughtful. That's really all she can come up with. She says she knows what she wants, and Vicky mumbles more positive thing, whatever. I don't know. Mumble. But it's funny because as Andrew's giving his answers about what he finds positive about her, she keeps mumbling other things for him to say, and he says them on cue. So it's like, yeah, she's got him sorted. She knows how to manipulate him, and she does a really good job of it. Yes. What Andrew still seems to think there's a chance. But yeah, as we've seen, I just don't know. I'm left shaking my head over these two. It just doesn't seem possible. Tony has asked Vicky then what she learned about herself. No, don't know. Mumble. And she goes quiet. They encourage them to enjoy their date, their final date, and all that. Give it their all before they're a week apart. Andrew kind of bumbles through this. Vicky's looking forward to it, and her facial reactions say to us that she just wants this over with. So that was 5 weeks of our couples. Tony refers to this as 15 years in real time. So this time they've spent, he equates that to, couples, spanning the 15 years and time to get some of this dealt with, or with some of these communications and whatnot. Will they stay committed? That is the question. Vicky mumbles about time apart and rain. Andrew stammers a bit. He needs to discuss it with her now, says Dr. P, but he's pretty clueless. And, he has no idea that he's in the friend zone. Angel says it's good to regroup. She's ready to pack and move to Lincoln, but doesn't want to worry about what ifs. Tony says Ben and Aaron haven't got past their type issue yet. They're not my type or whatever. Aaron says he still hears Ben say he's not attracted to him, and that's not really promising enough for Aaron to move to Auckland, is it? He needs to finish his studies, etc. So, he's got plans, and he needs to finish those. Well, we have to wait till Sunday to see what happens. They gave us some video clues. They say they kind of leave us wondering about Angel and Brett, but I feel confident for them. At least, I'm remaining hopeful that these two are going to make it, and they are pretty much our last hope for this show. So there you go. That's your recap of Married at First Sight New Zealand, episode 12. Have a great day. See you next time.